Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'd like to wish you all a happy new year, and I'm really hoping that next year will be a better year for all of us. So today I'm sharing a journal that I made, a softcover journal. I've also got another journal that I just want to quickly show you at the end, and a couple of other things that are in my shop. At the moment I have a 50% discount in my Etsy shop on I think it's on nearly all my journals, and I also have a 15% discount on some of the craft supplies that I have available. So I'll leave the link down below for that. So this journal comes with a little ephemera pack which I will show you, and so this is a fabric cover. And this is actually some fabric that me and Carol did a swap for earlier on in the year. So it's a linen fabric, has a lovely texture to it. And this is some lace that April sent me. So thank you, April. It's really pretty. And I just did a simple button and seam binding closure. So you just press the button down, and you've got some extra seam binding there if you want to extend it. Just do the measurements. That's, yeah, it's 8 by about 5 3/4. It's quite chunky. It has, I did 60 pages front and back. So, and the inside I've used some lovely lace digitals from Lorna at TaylorMade Journals, and I will link her shop down below. Love the way the crochet doilies have printed out there. And the other kit that I've used is a Winter's Tale from Artymaze. So on the front I've just made a little pocket. I used some leftover scrapbook paper that I had hanging around. So we've got a pocket, and this is just a catalogue card, so you can write a name and a date and some information about the journal. On the first page I fussy cut a bird from the Edith Holden book, and I've backed that onto some of my vintage letters from the 1800s. And then, so this is a pocket. As usual with my journals, I've filled it up quite a bit, but there is a lot of room for journaling as well. It was actually getting pretty full, so that's why there's a little ephemera bag with it as well. So we've got a little pocket here. That's a tag, gift tag, and that's one of the cards from the kit, and most of them have been backed onto Lorna's lace digital. I just had a little spare piece of paper here that I couldn't find anything to use it on, so I thought I would just glue it there, and then, you know, you've got lots of space to add your own things. This is some scrapbook ledger type paper that I bought from Amazon. I'll try and link that down below. I'll try and remember to link everything down below if I can. So that's the other side of it. This is a vintage book page. I think it's a children's book page. So we have the squirrel on the other side. This is some of my pizza pan tea-dyed paper that had a graph pattern on it. So it has sort of blurred out a little bit. And then here we've got a piece of vintage lace. That I've made into a pocket. And this is some lace that my father-in-law gave me. He runs an antique shop, so sometimes he comes across some really nice things, and he gives them to me. So I don't really know how old this is. So we've got another tag from the kit, and then we've got a long envelope. And in here, this is just some tea-dyed parchment paper for extra writing. I forgot to say we've got some tabs on the sides as well, with some little jingly bells. This is a vintage Italian book page. I've done a couple of these little clusters where I've just used up some old bits of fabric, and these are some little doilies that I've had these for a long time, and I think they were originally cut off of tablecloths. So we've got, in this book I didn't use a lot of bronze metal, I've used all silver, so that was a bit different. So we've got a safety pin there and the little jingle bell. This is some really nice graph paper that tea dyes very nicely. I've got some parchment paper, Edith Holden book page. I've actually managed to get hold of one of Edith Holden's Nature Notes books, which are quite difficult to get here in the UK. That's a really pretty book. This is a vintage French book page, and that's a nice sort of thin paper. We've got a fabric tab, some tea-dyed scrapbook paper, and here I've made a little pocket, and it's got one of these little faux coin pockets in it. I think it was probably Wendy that originally did these. So I've just got the little eyelet and a rabbit charm, and that's an image that I've just punched out from a botanical book. We've got an envelope here. There's a card in here. It's another card from the kit. And then this is a squirrel that came from the kit as well. And this is just a piece of like thin book page that originally came from a book of some sort. And we've got an owl card here. I really love this this owl card. I think that might be a freebie from the Graphics Fairy. This is some of Lorna's grungy wallpaper. Some more of the lace kit. This is from a magazine page, and I just made that into a flip so you could do some writing underneath. Here I've made a long pocket, and that's another one of these similar to the faux coin pockets, but we've just got a long tag, a fussy cut flower. I've done the eyelet again and a little bunny charm on there. Little writing space there. We've got another owl card, that's from the kit. And then this is a vintage New Year card, which I think has probably come from the 1960s. So it's folds up like that, so you could actually write on that paper if you wanted to. And it's made from a lovely sort of textured paper. And it comes with a nice vintage envelope. And here we have a floating pocket. This is made again from a magazine page. That's the lace digital on the back. And then this is from Mrs. Cogg's Crafts. That's from her winter birds, I think. Got another little fabric tab. Lace page with the fabric tab. I've left some of the threads hanging as well, and we've got a pocket here with another card. So you can see there's lots of space for you to do more things, more embellishments in the book. That's the other side of the book page. And then we've got the pocket at the back here, and I made like a little trifold book here. This is just made from some scrapbook paper. I've just tied this up with a piece of baker's twine. I've cut out one of the sentiments from the kit. I've cut this out. I think this is from one of the little index journal cards. So inside we've got just a little flip here, and this is Kool-Aid dyed paper that I did ages ago. And this is a little scrap of paper, and again that's another piece of Kool-Aid dyed paper in there. And then on the back we've got a pocket, and I think that's another image from the Graphics Fairy. And then you've got lots of space if you wanted to decorate the back, and again the lace paper. And then the ephemera, what have we got? We've got a little vellum pocket here with a card inside. I think that's, I'm not sure whether that's from the kit or the Graphics Fairy. There's a couple of more things here from the kit. There's another card, a tag. There's a few little pretty little note paper sheets. There's a few calendar pages, some tabs from the kit, and this is one of the envelopes. And in here I've just got a few little bits. I will add some more things to that. I'll add some more little scraps, and I saved some of the little circles that I punched out, but I will add a few more bits and bobs into that envelope for you. Oh, do that later. Right, and then quickly show you, this is another journal that I made that I haven't done a video on that. This comes with an ephemera pack as well. This is a blank journal. This is made with wallpaper, and I think the base for this I used a paper bag, and then I put the glued the wallpaper over the edges, and then I used some more of Lorna's digital kit paper on the inside covers. We've got another little bag with some pieces in here, and these are all from AmityBloom. So they've all been backed. These are all on nice thick card. They've all been backed onto some watercolour paper. So they're really beautiful images. These are from the old design shop. And there's another postcard. This is from her Californian kit. So this is a page from a Sarah Midder book, I think it is. This is some of my plastic lace dyed, tea dyed paper. So I think this one has 40 pages front and back, but I'll put all the description. Both these will be listed in my Etsy. This is some more of Lorna's digital wallpaper. I've got parchment paper, which is really nice to write on. Some more of the graph paper that's been tea dyed. French book page. Another one of these pockets. And these are a couple more of the images from AmityBloom. They are really pretty. I think the rest of it is more or less blank. You've got the tea dyed graph paper. This is the grungy wallpaper. Another pocket. And that's the back. So you've got two ephemera packs with this. You've got that one, And then there's another little bag here. And I kept everything in these ephemera packs, in this ephemera pack, a little bit more sort of neutral. So we've got a couple of pieces of the, all fingers and thumbs today, a couple of pieces of handmade paper, a doily, a little seed packet, a tag, some tickets, a catalogue card, some pages from a 1983 diary, some more of those little notebook sheets, calendar pages, 2 little tea bag holder things, craft tag, and there's a little applique butterfly. So that's that journal, and the international shipping will be slightly cheaper with this journal because I'm able to put it into a sort of like a letterbox type box, which so hopefully the shipping should work out cheaper with it really. And then I'll just show you a couple of more things. I've got 2 of these vintage paper ephemera packs in my shop. I'll just show you one because they are both pretty similar. Just go from the back. I can't remember how many items are in here, quite a lot. I think it's about 40 plus items. So this is from an engineering book. This is from a Spanish gardens book. These are from an old vintage French book. We've got some very old dictionary pages. Piece of ledger that come from the 1960s or 70s. We've got some botanical bird pages. This is from a book on trees. This is an old vintage envelope, which is from 1959. We've got some an Italian book page from the 1800s. Got another couple of botanical book pages. Diary page, catalogue card. This is from a field guide book. Some more diary pages. This is from a very small Italian book that I bought when I went to Italy. And that's from the 1800s. Got a vintage glassine envelope. And this has a lot of extra goodies, some little postage stamps, just little tags. And then I think that might be a Tim Holtz postcard or a Seven Gypsies postcard. A lovely piece of this vintage lace that my father-in-law gave me. You can make a pocket with that. You've got a lovely piece of crochet doily. This is a postcard, and these come, I got a set of these. These come from the Natural History Museum of Belgium. I'm not sure how old they are, but probably from the 1940s or 50s. I've got a scrap of fabric, and it's a different piece in I think that might be a Cath Kidston. I've got another piece, but it's different in the other kit. Another little piece of fabric. We've got some original vintage tea cards. That one has been pulled out of a book at some point. Some tickets, another applique. This is just a little piece of wool, and that's just some like little rosette trim there that you could use on a journal. So that's the kit. As you can see, yeah, the fabric is that green with white spot fabric in the other kit, and the doily in this one is a bit more of an older, looks a bit more vintage. Okay, so that's all for today. If you're interested in any of these things, then just pop over. I'll leave the link in my Etsy, and thanks very much for watching, and speak to you all again soon. Bye.